Good evening and welcome back to Wagon's World. Let's start with the biggest geopolitical bombshell of the day. Yesterday, Trump announced that the U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip after relocating all Palestinians. Yes, you heard that right. For decades, the so-called experts have promised peace in the Middle East. Yet, all we've gotten is more war, more terror, and more failure. Trump, he's not playing the same game. What's his plan? Number one, relocate all Palestinian civilians to neighboring countries. Number two, secure the region with U.S. military forces. Number three, rebuild Gaza under U.S. and Israeli oversight. But here's the part that is sending globalists into a full panic. Doesn't just want to stabilize Gaza. He wants to transform it into an economic hub. In his words, calling it the Riviera of the Middle East. Now let's take a step back, because I know that some people are asking, is this even possible? Well, ask yourself this. What has kept the status quo here done? For decades, we've seen Hamas use Gaza as a launch pad for terrorism, keeping people there in permanent misery while skimming foreign aid to build weapons. The UN talks, the politicians promise solutions, and yet nothing ever changes. Now, Trump is saying enough. If anybody else is willing to fix this, it's going to be him. Now, will this plan work? That's the question. But here's what we do know. America has the ability to stabilize the region if we actually commit to it. We've rebuilt entire nations before. Germany, Japan, South Korea, just to name a few. They went from war zones to global powerhouses because of American leadership. And if Trump gets his way, Gaza could become an asset instead of a war zone. And while Trump is setting a new standard for foreign policy strength, back here at home, he's already delivering another massive win. Military recruitment just shattered records. For the last 4 years, Biden's Pentagon struggled to get young Americans to sign up. They couldn't hit their quotas. Why? Because they turned the military into a woke social experiment instead of a war-fighting force. Pronoun training instead of weapons training. Diversity seminars instead of combat readiness. Mandatory COVID shots and ideological purges that drove good soldiers away. And the results? The worst recruitment numbers in modern history. But now, Trump wins the election, and boom, recruiting numbers explode. People want to serve when they respect the commander-in-chief. They want to fight for America when they know it's led by somebody who believes in winning, not apologizing. Trump's return has already restored confidence in the military. And we haven't even hit Inauguration Day yet. Meanwhile, Trump's DOJ just dropped a nuclear bomb on the deep state. They've pulled the records of 5,000 Department of Justice and FBI employees who worked on January 6 cases. Think about what this means. For years, Americans have been asking one thing: who actually made the call to turn January 6th into a political purge? Who ordered the harshest sentences for nonviolent protesters? Who decided that MAGA grandmothers should rot in jail while Antifa rioters got off with probation? Did Biden's White House direct the crackdown, or did DOJ bureaucrats manipulate the cases? At this point, we're finally going to get answers, because let's be honest, the left is panicking. They're in disarray, and if this investigation uncovers that J6 was used as a weapon to silence Trump and his supporters, it'll be one of the biggest political scandals in modern history. And let's be real, that's exactly what happened. Finally tonight, Trump just dropped the most hardcore foreign policy statement of his presidency. He claims that if he is ever assassinated, that he has already ordered the total obliteration of Iran. Yes, you heard that right. If the deep state, foreign adversaries, or radical Islamic extremists try to take him out, they won't just be killing Trump. They will be triggering a total wipeout of Iran's regime. This is next level deterrence. For years, America's enemies have operated with zero fear of consequences. Biden let Iran fund terror across the Middle East while pretending to negotiate. Barack Obama sent them pallets of cash in the dead of the night. China, Russia, and Iran all watched as America got weaker under Democrats. But Trump, he's just putting the world on notice. You touch me, and your country ceases to exist. Now, will that happen? Probably not. But do you think that China or Russia or Iran want to find that out? This is what real deterrence looks like, people. Peace through strength. And if you think this is extreme, let me ask you this. Was it extreme when Iran helped plan 9/11? Was it extreme when Iran-backed militias attacked U.S. soldiers? Or is it only extreme when America wants to fight back? That's been the difference between Trump's foreign policy and Biden's. Biden apologized, but Trump puts the fear of God into our enemies. Tonight, this is Wagon's World, the show that doesn't kneel to the media, doesn't kneel to the establishment, and does not kneel to the war.